Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage. And if you remember right, when we took this bike apart, we came across the carburetors and they were all like corroded from being empty for a while and getting moisture or something in there. And anyways, we're gonna work on these carbs in this video. So right now we got them both torn apart and we got the parts all spread out. We're gonna do some cool stuff to these carbs. Besides new gaskets, we'll probably make them upgrade them a little bit, and hopefully they work when we get done. Because these are pretty nasty looking. Yep. Anyway, so we're gonna first off we're gonna put these in some solution. We'll show you the solution here in a minute, and we'll get them cleaned up, and then we'll come back and after they sit for a while, and we'll start filming again, and we'll start working on them. So here is the carb cleaner solution. Now this stuff, or parts cleaner, like it says here on the container. Anyway, this stuff is amazing. It really cleans up really well. I use this on a lot of stuff. It's kind of hard to find. You almost have to ask for it when you go to an automotive store. Um, Something to do with how it's made, EPA and all that stuff. It's probably going to be getting hard to get some of this nice stuff that actually works because of all the environmental step-ins and stuff on stuff. But anyway, this is the stuff we're going to use. Yeah, we're going to be opening up here in a minute and dropping the stuff in, and we'll come back. So look for this stuff if you want to really get your carbs and stuff clean, because this stuff works really good, like I said. So some time has gone by, and we got the parts out of the wash, and we've come to the conclusion these carbs weren't that old when they were first, I don't know, when we first got them. They looked pretty bad, but they were actually fairly new, because the slides don't show like any wear on them at all, barely. I mean, there's that little line right there. If it focus here, there it goes. And there's some actual staining and stuff just from where it was stuck on in the actual slide part of the carburetor.
It's really stuck.
And then yeah, that's
We
another
didn't
one.
clean them, but
We haven't got to this yet. We're gonna put different slides in. We probably won't clean these, even though they're good. We'll keep them as spares for whatever reason. We do have to clean these up again. The carb tops that were on here, they were a different style or something, and
yeah, they had one threaded one, and we don't.
so
We can't have that.
the cable cables we're gonna run on here are gonna be a different ferrule and stuff that will go inside there. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good here. We're going to get ready to assemble this stuff, but we're waiting on a couple parts yet. So we'll come back in the next segment here and start putting this together. We got all the carb parts cleaned up, and we got the new parts we're going to be putting in sitting here as well. And we're about ready to start assembling these carburetors. Now, 68 was the first year of the concentric carburetor, except for this is not a real 68 carburetor because 68s did not have a drain plug, right? Is that what it was?
And it wouldn't have had this extension here. It would have been a short one right to there. And these needles would have been this much shorter in those. And there was an update kit somewhere in like 71 or 72, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so the other thing is this would have had the short ticklers on it, or
Yep.
primers.
Little tickler.
This does have extensions put in it. These were new carbs, we believe, like we talked about
They
before.
are, because see, these are see where it says 300? That means that's a universal Amal. If this would have been a kit actually for a 68 Triumph, it would have had a package number on there, like a kit number, and it would have been like, it wouldn't have been a 300. It would have been like a 42 or a 36 or something. It would have had one number difference from each one.
Yeah,
but these are both. This is an R300 and this is an L300, 301. See, so these were bought later, and actually they're like brand new. It's too bad they were so dirty from somebody left gas in it and left the gas on, and just really, wow.
Yeah, we cleaned them up really well, and we made sure all the passages flowed, and we had some gauges, and we also had actual like drill bits or something. We were able to make
Yeah,
sure
we
that the
cleaned out all the orifices in the. There's a little small jet way down in there. There's a little brass jet in there if you can see it,
yeah.
and it's got a 16 thousandths hole. And there's a size 78 drill bit that you use. I got it glued into a Q-tip plastic thing, and I just sit there and I clean it out. And I did that to both of them. And now air passes through these two little holes, mixing holes right here.
Yep.
You see
them? Yep.
The air and the fluid, if I squirt fluid, it sprays out of there really good. And it sprays out if I go through here, sprays out of there if I blow it through there. And it, so it blows out through all the holes.
So we got a good chance these will work.
Yeah, these should work just fine.
So yeah, we were talking about getting extended throttle stop screws. We got them. We got anodized slides here, and then stay up floats.
Yep.
And then a nice gasket set there. These are the good gaskets because it's a real Amal brand, because the gasket material is a lot better, and it has actual fiber washers in here for the drain plugs. I already had some, but anyways, otherwise, if you get the screws and the plugs nowadays, they have like a vinyl or a plastic, and they just kind of squeeze and they never really get tight. It seems like for
they
us.
don't even squeeze. They're just so hard. You got to over tighten them to get them to quit leaking.
Then you end up stripping out, ruining these plastic little plugs instead of, yeah. All right.
Now you can change to metal plugs, but these plugs are like, they were new too.
Yeah.
So, why change them?
I think I got metal plugs on some of the other bikes I got, but.
Yep. This will probably get them too sometime.
And then their stock style 68 to 70 fuel line we're going to install later down the road, but I wanted to show that. And yeah, anyways, let's get going and put these together real quick. Well, Dad's over there getting ready to work on the carburetors here, and I got out his old photo album here and was just chit-chatting with him while he was sitting there. And this is a lot of the old bikes that he used to have. This is a 68 chopper that he had made. It was a TR6. But anyways, kind of reminiscent of that because it's a 68 we're working on. And then another picture of it. This is a bobber down here that he made with an earlier. What were you saying?
Yeah, it was about a 60. Is it a single down tube? Yeah, so it's about a 59 frame. 59 pre-unit frame. And I cut part of it out so I could put this 755 speed. It's a early 73. It was wrecked. I bought it for the motor. And I built that bobber. And it's got a BSA front end. And it's got a front fender turned around backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Side tail light over there. And I think it's a BSA quick detachable rear wheel too. I just used what I had laying around, and a Sportster gas tank.
Well, that's what it kind of did back then.
And it's got a little solo seat right there. I got to tell you, that was a hoot to ride that thing.
And then another picture of the 68 chopper there.
Yeah. It changed over the years.
Yeah, some more pictures of that.
This was the day I bought a Trident, and somebody had extended the front end, put a sissy bar on the back, and put 6-bend pullbacks on it.
Yeah.
And it was horrible to ride.
Yeah,
First thing I did is tore all that stuff off and put it back to stock.
The 71 Tiger had 6 bends on it with the Maltese cross, if I remember right. Yeah, another picture of your 68 Triumph.
Tiger.
Yep.
They're all Tigers. That's a 500. That's a 500 trophy single carb.
Kind of cool.
That's the same bike.
Yeah, just a different side.
Yep, it's the other side. That's a 1966 TR6R. It's got a later gas tank. It has a 70 gas tank on it, and fenders.
Huh. What else we got? There's just a few pages here.
That was my first Norton. It's a 73. $850.
Oh yeah. It's that blue or whatever. Or it's not
Yep.
really the blue. It's
Yep. Fireflake blue.
Oh, is it? It
Oh,
just
yeah.
looks kind of different in this picture. Maybe
Well,
it's just an old picture.
Old pictures. It was Fireflake.
Nice.
Real shiny paint.
It's practically new back then.
Yeah, this was taken in about 75, 76. This I found in a barn. This was a 1953 Triumph T6T Thunderbird.
And they converted it a little bit because it looks like it's got a different headlight on it. It doesn't have the
It's
cell or anything.
They messed it all up.
It's neat looking though, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, powder blue. That's a 441 BSA. My old Jeep in the background.
Yeah. And then...
The Norton.
Oh, yeah, it says Norton again.
That's me on my chopper. I redid it. It's me sitting on it.
Cool.
That's a buddy's Sportster.
Oh, yeah.
That's me and him sitting on him.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah. Back in the day. That's my old 49 GMC pickup.
Yep.
It's probably Joe sitting on the step.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a kid sitting there.
That's
It's not
Joe.
me. Joe?
No,
That's the other guy we work on stuff with all the time.
Yeah,
Joe.
He was a little kid then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We rode a lot of places together.
This is a little bit different than the other ones, wasn't it?
No, it's the same bike. I just completely redid it. I did that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It kept evolving.
Yeah, I got a lot of pictures of that bike.
I liked it.
I could tell. So, it's more of a mirror.
This, I bought it brand new. That's a 79 Bonneville. Bought it brand new.
Yeah.
It's the day I brought it home and parked it. That's a BSA Lightning 650 that I was building. I chopped it. And this is it finished.
Cool.
66, I think it was.
Yeah, I was in the basement and put it together.
Yep. It's the day I brought it home. There's it. After I had to take it to town and get it inspected. Back then we had an inspection law.
Oh, that's my 77. How'd that get in here? That's my 77 T140V.
You slipped it in there.
Yeah.
It's a Royal Enfield.
It belonged in here, kind of.
That's a 63 Royal Enfield Interceptor 750. The paint was really bad, so I painted it black.
It's a nice looking bike.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah, I'm used to working on Nortons and Triumphs, so getting a Royal Enfield in here would be kind of difficult.
I bought a 1980 Tour Glide.
Oh yeah, it's like my Road Glide. So that's what the Model T's look like.
Yeah. First shovel head 5-speeds, rubber mounted. Had a BMW. It's a 76 R90/6. That's a Triumph Trophy Trail that I picked up.
Cool.
I should have kept that bike. That was cool.
Yeah.
It only had 350 miles on it.
Polished aluminum tank.
Yeah. It was like perfect. There's the Trident after I took off all the goofy stuff and put it all back to stock. There's some of the bikes laying on. Chopped a Norton. Did a lot of that back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Girder front end.
If you didn't do it, someone else did, and
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people are restoring them back to the way they were.
BSA Thunderbolt, 1968. Yeah. Yeah, there's a trophy. There's a Triumph 250 trophy. There's Joe.
Yeah, it is.
I gave this bike to him. That's what it looked like first. we put an old BSA tank on it, and it had a laced paint job and stuff on it. And then we took it off, and I had the original tank and stuff painted up, and we put it all back to like this. He wanted it like this. So and he put the bike in the run, you know.
Yeah.
This is a buddy's bike, and two of my bikes. That's Jim, a buddy's bike, and this is Joe rode this one, and I was riding. This is
the
my
green
green
one.
850.
Yeah, that's you kept that one a long time.
And this is the 441 Victor Special. Another picture of it there.
Oh yeah. Sorry about the reflection. That's crazy. It's
Big,
nice.
Big 441cc single.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You've talked about them before.
There's my first electric start 850. 75.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the one we brought that one back.
Yep.
When this other
I couldn't find it back. I looked for it.
So when we restored that interstate, we resurrected that bike in a way. Whether it be better than that bike or not, we'll never know. Probably is better because it has better upgrades. But
this is my green 850.
Yep.
And this was the Norton, the R90.
No, not Norton. This is
a BMW.
Yeah, BMW.
What did I say?
I think Norton because we were just talking about that one.
Yeah, no, this is the R90/6
BMW
76.
When I was a little kid. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember that bike, but I rode on it. You've told me stories about me riding on it. Anyway, it's kind of neat. I'll get back to work on the carbs here. Let's work on the float right now. Gotta make sure we get their float heights right.
Ooh, too much. Sometimes they bend real easy, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, as you're checking when it's upside down to make sure that the height is right across the edge right there. Yeah. And the float doesn't pop below it.
Yep. Got that one looking pretty good.
Yeah, let's see if I can. Yeah.
Now if I can match this one.
Yeah, it's not hanging down past.
Right. It's really close to it. See, it's sticking out right now. It's too far.
Oh, yeah.
See it?
Yep.
I mean, it's nice and level, but the problem with it being like that, when it comes up like that, it can hit here, and it can cause flooding. So I don't like them quite that high.
Yeah, because it hits the ceiling there.
Yes. And you don't really want to bend these. You want to flex them a little. They move quite a bit. Oh, I might have went too far. See, I did. Now you see it's up inside. See, it doesn't go clear to the end.
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah.
I
take it your word for it. Yeah.
I flexed it too much. And you just pry on it a little bit. But you try to bend it right here and not into this black. You'll break these right out if you're not careful.
Yeah, or crack a little bit and cause it not to be a stay afloat no more. Yep. Then it's a sinker.
Well, they're filled. They're a foam like.
Oh, they are solid. That's it. Felt solid
solid
to me, or just that light, something like that.
There we go. I think it looks the same as this one. Yeah, exactly. Kind of just about perfect.
Right.
Okay, so now I check these with the no-go gauges and goes, and these are perfect. I barely get a 10. They're a 106. I can barely get a 106 in it, so it's perfect. So we are definitely going to just reuse these. 650s used 190 main jets, and this is a 190. I got this backwards, by golly. What was I thinking? This goes here, because that goes up inside. This hangs down. I need to get a wrench for these. Hang on.
Yeah, so 5/16 wrench.
There we go. Did it again. It's got to go to the threads. This got to go down here. And they are both 190s. It's always best to check, make sure.
Yeah, they could have had the wrong stuff in this thing.
Yep, somebody could have changed something along the way.
It's like they're in the middle of restoring this bike, but then they just kind of like something happened. Seems like.
Now I got to get the wrench for that.
This one's Whitworth.
Oh yeah. This bolt here is Whitworth, and this bolt here is Whitworth. It's quarter Whitworth. So
Now we're just pretty much going to be getting the carburetors just ready to go on the bike, but here we got to put like, I don't have the cables and stuff to hook up the slides properly, so we'll be doing that later down the road, but anyway.
see how they fit. Oh my, nice. Just fit. There's supposed to be about 3/1000ths play in a slide, and it's just perfect. These anodized slides just work so well. So don't have to worry about nobody's over tightened these to where they warped the body.
That's good.
I've had them to where they didn't slide up and down at all. So this is nice. The needles will be in the middle groove for us here. And that goes down in here.
Yeah, we'll show this again later when we have to hook the cables up, but there's special procedure to doing that.
Yeah, we gotta put cables in it.
And then along with the chokes pieces too.
Yep.
Probably want to just slide them in for now.
Put chokes in it. And we put a spring in it. Brass piece goes on top. The top goes up here. This it's got a cutaway for this brass piece, so don't put the brass down inside the choke. Brass goes here. That goes on the spring. See, fits just perfect.
Yep.
This goes up on here.
Yeah. Now that these carbs seem to be good candidates, we'll know that these should work when we go to fire this bike up for the first time and not have too much problems.
No, we shouldn't.
The only other option would be to take some known carburetors off a different bike, and I don't really like doing that.
Why don't you get the screwdriver that fits that screwdriver into the screw?
Right. Yeah, the top cap screws are Posi Drive screws, and I really like this set of screwdrivers I got here, Posi screwdrivers. they fit in there so much better than the Phillips does. It's just amazing. And I know people were saying that in a lot of the earlier Tiger videos, and we didn't have any nice screwdrivers at the time for Posi Drive screws. But when you use the proper tool, you can clearly tell that it fits in there just right. That's how it's designed. So there we are.
Now we gotta get a scissors and cut that. And what do you want to put?
Alright, so there's the Amal gasket set opened up.
You're not using O-ring and a gasket on the same joint surface. What they're telling you is, if you put an O-ring here, you don't use this here.
Okay.
Okay? So that gasket's for if you put it against a solid manifold.
Maybe at the pre-O-ring concentric, maybe. I don't know.
The O-ring works really good. I'd be honest with you, I've just hardly never used these, and but that's what they're telling you.
Okay.
Don't use it on the same surface.
We'll stick with the O-ring then.
Some, you look in your parts book, some of them call for that on Triumphs. Norton's never use these. Norton's only use these. And so, anyway.
The other one, the main gasket we wanted here was the float ball gasket.
Float ball.
And our fiber washers.
And the fiber washers. And this one goes here. Oh, this is so important. That one goes right there. And that goes on the banjo. So
yeah, it was in that kit. So we'll just thread it into the bottom like that.
Backwards goes this way.
And the O-rings, they go on the these needles, don't they?
Yeah. We might put one on the idle, but the other one's got a new one on it already.
Right, our extended throttle stop.
It's already got it.
These are hard to find. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier when we were talking about the kit, but yeah, we prefer these, like I said earlier too. Yeah, but we don't need them for this one right now. So I'm going to set these away somewhere and forget where they're at when I need them.
There it is.
And then
one carburetor.
We'll put this on.
And we'll put this on here without the banjo.
Right, yeah.
Well, actually, I think I should put the banjos on because then I can hold because then I can hold the filters in place too.
That's fine.
We can take them off later.
These aren't the proper banjos, but we're going to set them on anyway. I didn't have to run this original style line. It's just kind of too bad it'll turn yellow right away. They just seem to do that, but I wanted to kind of have the correct stuff on this bike.
We don't have to tighten this either. We'll just knock it up, and this way it's got the gaskets. And
yeah, then we'll put them on.
This is for the for the pillbox air filter.
Yeah, or the pancake, whatever we want to call it.
We used to call them pillbox.
And I have the original set for this bike, and they're in really good shape. I'm gonna go grab those and we can look at them, but I'm not gonna repaint them or nothing. I'm gonna use them as is, so it'll be kind of nice.
We use these on all of our bikes. Gotta have a screwdriver.
Yeah, so we might end up saving these because these, like we said, that these.
This carburetor was new. This O-ring doesn't look really bad. So let's see how it fits in there. If it's loose, then we'll replace it. If it just screws right in. If it goes in kind of hard, then we're going to leave it. Yeah, see, it's squeezing the O-ring. I kind of back and forth on it, so I don't cut it. You got to be careful once in a while when you put those in. Sometimes when they're brand new, they'll actually shave part of it off. And you just want to bring her into snug. 1/2, 1, 1 1/4. There we go. This one's ready to go.
Right, sweet. We'll knock out this other one now. Yeah, so this little gasket kit comes with 2 of these fiber washers.
They're really nice ones.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this again. A lot of the other ones that come out for the fiber washers are like out of paper or something. They're not like this. So this kit costs a little bit more than some of them generic cheap kits, but it's well worth it. And then that gasket he's messing with right now is a better gasket with this kit than it is with the.
You know it's a good one because it says Amal on it.
Or
as some people call it, Amal.
Yeah, we're probably not pronouncing it right, but
we've always called it Amal. The only reason I call it that is because back in the day, back at the Triumph shop, the guy that owned the Triumph shop, that's what he called it. And so after a while, you just get to calling it the same thing. And so for years, it's always been Amal for us. So, but I've heard other people call it Amals.
And then correct us in their comments sometimes, but it's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. There we go.
And then this guy.
Yeah, let's see how he fits.
And this one here, where did that go?
That goes to that.
Oh, yep, not there yet. Okay.
Let's see how this one fits. It fits good. See, it's squeezing out.
Yep.
Yeah. And it doesn't turn. See, yeah, it's working. So I'm not going to worry about it. We can save those for another day.
Yep. Cool.
1/2, 1, 1 1/4. Put this on here. This on here. This on here. Put that on there. I realize this O-ring is a little stronger than that other one, but it'll be fine. This is where you want a strong one. Otherwise, it comes out of I wet it first when I start it. Just a habit.
Yeah, we don't want that backing out while we're running.
And plus you got to ease it in here. See how I'm working it in? There it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you were just saying that you want it to be kind of a tight O-ring anyway.
Now what I want to do is I want to turn it up to where I can just feel it come in contact. There it is. See it move it? So it's not contact. That's where I'm going to leave it, because when we synchronize these, we don't want these touching the slides. So, okay.
Yep.
They're ready to...
Yeah, and then the pancake air filter. This is the original ones that were on the bike when we got it. They still have the sticker on it from back then. I want to reuse these. This is something that was actually decent on the bike that does not need to be repainted. So, or cleaned up. I mean, it wasn't rusty or nothing. They're not perfect, but they look really good on this bike. So, anyway.
Now you can tell these are the wrong banjos. See, it doesn't let it on all the way.
Yeah, so maybe this, yeah, the correct ones might work better.
Yeah, it will.
All right, well, this kind of comes to the end on the carbs here. This is pretty cool. A great start here on this, and one of the sub assemblies here that are kind of done for the bike now. So we'll probably be working on probably the front end coming up here pretty soon. Yeah, because as we're waiting for other parts to come back yet, so before we get too carried away with putting the motor in. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed everything, and we'll see you again soon.